Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 100 of All About African Violets. All About African Violets is musically sponsored by Ted Yoder. You can hear and purchase his wonderful music on his website at tedyoder.com. It is also available from iTunes. Hi everybody, come on into the sunroom. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Chicagoland. Early Saturday morning, getting ready to start my day and do a bunch of errands and things, and thought, I'm going to sit down and do this first because I have been working this week to put together the 100th episode. I can't even believe that there's 100 episodes of this podcast, and I have you guys to thank for that. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming back every week. Thank you for hanging in during the break and watching special episodes and enjoying them, and for telling your friends, for sharing the podcast. I really appreciate you more than I can ever tell you. So we're going to, so thank you. Thank you so much. 100 episodes. Woohoo! Okay, well, we're going to go into tips and treasures. I have what I think might be some treasure for you today. First, though, I want to assure everybody who left a question or a comment on the website this last week, those will be addressed next week. Because I spent a number of evenings this week actually going back through a lot of the footage from the last 99 episodes to kind of put together, almost a blooper reel, really, of stuff. And I thought it might be fun on this occasion of my 100th episode to take a look back at a few things. And I just want to alert you that the sound is not ideal on every one of these clips because it just depended on how I got the footage and where it was. You may hear snippets of the theme music in a couple of them. Again, most likely those would have been episodes done remotely, not here in the house. And we're going to look at some of the more interesting things I managed to wear on camera, and a few of the guests, not all of them, but a few of the guests who graciously agreed to sit down with me and share their time and share their knowledge with not only me, but with you guys. And of course, my hair. Now, you know that I have a lot of friends who just watch they don't even grow violets. They just watch the podcast to see what my hair is going to look like from week to week. And let me assure you that I do it the same way every day, and it looks different every single day. I have absolutely no control over it. I have a head full of cowlicks, which is why I have this hairstyle, because there's just no controlling it. There's nothing else I can do. But it is pretty hilarious, I think. I actually laughed out loud a few times while I was putting this together. And so I hope that you guys will laugh too. And we're going to look at some of the locations that we visited and some of the what I felt were the important moments on the podcast. So go take a look, and I'll see you on the other side. Hi everybody, welcome to episode 21 of All About African Violets. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 37 of All About African Violets. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 39 of All About African Violets. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 54 of All About African Violets. Hi everybody, and welcome to a special episode of All About African Violets. Hi everybody, welcome to episode 97 of All About African Violets. Hi everybody, I'm here with two members of the polar bear family.
No, it's permanent.
Raj, there.
You have to stop.
Okay.
Raj, where? Wait, don't look at ourselves, look at the camera.
Look there. Not there. There. This is going to be on the blooper reel.
Yeah.
On a blooper reel? what we've just been doing?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Hi.
Now, look at the camera and everybody say, hi, everybody. Hi, you guys. I'm here with Winston Goretzky. He's here all the way from Canada. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Amy Allison. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Dr. Jeff Smith. Hi, everybody. I'm here, still at National, with Barbara Elk. Hi, everybody. I am here with Bill Foster. Hi, everybody. I'm still here at National, and I'm here with Paula Bell. Hi, everybody. I am here with Neil Lipson. Hi, everybody. I am here with Carolee Carter. Let me get the bail money ready. The battery's gonna go. What did you think? Isn't it exciting? So what about it? Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 25. What'd you think? Were you sad? I know it's kind of hard to think, oh my gosh, what's happening? These planes are going up. So you guys, pretty interesting, huh? Isn't it exciting? I say this every week once they start to bloom. Can you believe that the big box violet just keeps blooming? It's just great. Okay, well, National's not right here, not right now. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted just seeing it all again. I did so much work. How cool is that stand? I mean, really? So, whew, how about it? For once, I'm not the talking head this week. So, I did not get the big box violet repotted. So, you can see that it is truly possible to go on an extended vacation and have your plants be totally fine. Isn't he awesome? Okay, I know you guys were freaking out when I took all the leaves off of the trailer. I know. It looks a lot different. Yes, my kitchen looks like that for another week. Yes, there's a big box violet again. It looks kind of ragged, I know. Kind of cool, huh? Which is not normal. But, you know, it's been a while since I've had a hat on. Hi, everybody, and welcome to more babies, woohoo! More babies. More babies and a standard baby. I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 15 of All About African Violets. Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of All About African Violets. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 49 of All About African Violets. Hi, everybody. Convention is actually starting to wind down, which is why I think I look as tired as I think I look.
Yeah.
I didn't get enough sleep. All right, ready?
Ready?
Hi, everybody. I am in Muncie, Indiana. It's All About African Violets on the road, and I'm here with Dr. Jeff Smith, and we're going to talk to you for a little while. Hi, everybody. I am in Edinburgh, Scotland, and my friend Linda is with me. She's filming me, and I'm at the East Gate of the Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh, and hopefully we're about to see one of the best African violet species collections anywhere in the world. So come on, let's go. Hi, everybody. I am in Fremont, Nebraska, and I'm at Kent's Flowers.
She is the host.
Yeah,
We must allow her.
we're
to
just
go.
also Rans.
Is it going? It's going. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I am here in Fremont, Nebraska with Joyce and Kent Stork. And in fact, we're at their house. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a special episode of All About African Violets. This is the Road to National Part 3. I'm at the Holt Camp Greenhouses. Take a look. Here we are. Here I go. I don't know if I can fit down there. I'm wider than both of you. Okay, guys, I'm going to try. Here it goes, Carolee.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
I wanted to share some news with you that is sad news. And I received an email from my friend Joyce Stork, and it was dated on Thursday, July 12th. And that it was news that Pauline Bartholomew, who is the author of Growing to Show, How to Grow Prize-Winning African Violets. This is the new revised 2008 edition, and this is my old one. That's how it looked for many, many years. Anyway, Pauline passed away on the 12th of July, and my friend Joyce had written a note to someone else and then shared it with me, and she said I could share it with you. And she said that I wanted to let you know that Pauline had written to her. They were corresponding, and that Pauline had written to her last month on a note that Joyce had received, and it was dated June 15th. And Pauline said, "I want to let you know about what is probably the last chapter in my life. I had to give up Mexico because of declining health. I moved into a small apartment in a retirement complex in Laguna Woods. My oldest daughter is retired and has a house in the same area. She is my chief caretaker, chauffeur, and best friend. The move was just in time. I have been hospitalized twice, have a new pacemaker, and lots of new meds. Every day is a challenge to keep going. I am aiming for my 86th birthday in August." And she says, "I am truly blessed. I leave AVSA to people like you," meaning Joyce, "to keep the AV banner waving." And Joyce said that Pauline had suffered with COPD for a number of years, and that she was very shocked to hear that things progressed so quickly. Well, it's time to keep moving forward. And, you know, when I say keep moving forward, I know I say that every week, but it's something I believe in very strongly, that we all have to keep moving forward in our lives, that we don't get stuck and hold on to the past. So it's time to keep moving forward. And it is the day, a couple days right before Christmas. And I don't normally do stuff like this, but I have a poem that I want to share with you. I'm not real big on poetry. I really only like Rumi and one or two other people, like, you know, Robert Frost and Carl Sandburg, people from the Midwest type of people, Carl Sandburg anyway. But years and years and years ago, oh my gosh, way like back in the 80s, back in the day, I had a book, I still have a book, and it's called Kneeling in Bethlehem. And there's a poem in here. This is by a woman named Anne Weems, and I would like to share this with you for Christmas. It's called Star Giving. What I would really like to give you for Christmas is a star. Brilliance in a package, something you could keep in the pocket of your jeans or in the pocket of your being. Something to take out in times of darkness, something that would never snuff out or tarnish, something you could hold in your hand, something for wonderment, something for pondering. Something that would remind you of what Christmas has always meant, God's Advent light into the darkness of this world. But stars are only God's for giving, and I must be content to give you words and wishes and packages without stars. But I can wish you life as radiant as the star that announced the Christ child's coming, and as filled with awe as the shepherds who stood beneath its light. And I can pass on to you the love that has been given to me, ignited countless times by others who have knelt in Bethlehem's light. Perhaps, if you ask, God will give you a star. Keep moving forward in your lives. Keep learning. Have fun. Share your knowledge. Share your plans. Be joyful. And remember to limit your collection. So, I sure hope that you guys had as much fun watching that as I did putting it together. I spent at least 2 full evenings just looking at clips and grabbing clips and editing clips and just trying to find stuff that I thought would be representative of the last, from this journey thus far. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for making this possible. Well, we are going to look at the stands this week, so it's time to do that and take a look at what's on the stands. So go do that, and we'll talk when you get back. Okay, we are here in the guest room taking a look at what's on the stands, and as you can see, everything is doing pretty well. Nothing much has changed here. Sweet Sam is getting ready to bloom. I'm looking forward to that. And here's Superman. And just walk around this way. Whoa. Just getting ready to open up there. I'm going to check that out. I think it's interesting if you look at Superman. It has a very the leaf shape is kind of cool. And it reminds me of more of a species type look to it. I don't really know why that is for me, but it's kind of how I'm looking at it. And as we look over here, things are happening here. Look at everybody is pretty well sprouted, except for the ones that were the brand new ones. Walk around a little. Yeah, this one still nothing, guys. This was Jersey Little Devil, and the leaf is there, but nothing's going on. So I may give it a cut and see how it goes. But everything else here, that's Sapphire Halo, that's a new leaf. Everything else is looking pretty good, and I think I'm going to start to open this tray up a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it just yet, but I'm going to do it very soon. So we'll see, because these are still kind of small over here. See them going finally. Fidgety Frankie, looking good. Kay's Tipsy Spritzer, looking good. Both of those leaves. All right, let's take a look here. This is the shelf at the moment that is looking like show hopefuls, all right? So this is Orbicularis. This is Orbicularis purpurea. Now, I am a little concerned because, look, you can kind of see that the neck is still looking a little bit long on this plant, but we'll see how it goes. This is the species Confusa 2004 790. This is Jersey Jazz. It's looking pretty good. I'm really kind of excited about it. This is Jolly Jan. This is Watermelon Bay. Also looking pretty good. And this is Jersey Lilacs. So, and that is Rubicola back there. Now, in this corner is Linda Darnell. And if you look at it from here, it looks pretty good. But when you come around the stand and you look at it from here, you can see, and this is what happens with trailers over time, you can see that there's a pretty big hole here. And what that means is these, have all kind of fallen out over. They've trailed over the sides of the pot. Now, I have made the mistake before of putting a trailer similar to this in a slightly larger pot and sinking it further down, hoping that that would just move, these all up, effectively eliminating that hole. Well, the plant was just miserable. It was not good. So, I don't think that this is going to, it's past its prime. And what it needs is to be cut all the way down, and maybe we'll do that and do it as a project, and you guys will see it and see it happening. I'm up here, I'm close now. You see the little blossoms coming on Sweet Sam? They're right here and here. Can't wait to see them. And here's Rubicola from this side. And I've moved Jersey Snowflakes down a row. And it's looking pretty good. You can't really tell that I had to take a leaf off the crown there. And as you look here, you'll see that I did a lot of grooming on these crowns that were restarted. Not so much on this one, but on most of the rest of them. That one still needs it. But here, let's walk around. But I did get some work done on those this week as well. Bottom shelf. Oh, it's looking so full. Everything is looking pretty good down here. Really, 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 that's Ace of Diamonds if I'm not mistaken. Yep, really liking how that's looking. And here we go. All right, let's go down to the basement. Well, we are down in the basement and one of these lights is buzzing. I can hear it, but I'm not sure which one it is. This is Angela. Still nothing going on here. Texas Hot Chili, looking great, but nothing going on. And DS Black Magic. Really beautiful, and more coming. I wish that there were more blossom stalks, or they were closer together, or that they had more than two. Some of them, this one only has one, but that one has two on each stem. So I guess we'll see. I'm kind of spoiled by Heartland's White Gold. I did a little bit of cleanup on this. It is in desperate need of being repotted, and I have not had the opportunity to do it. Here is Teneri's Royal Blue Trailer. I'm still kind of on the fence with that one, guys. And here's Swamp Trail, just waiting for me to repot it. Let's go upstairs. Well, guys, there's space up here. It's looking good. Everybody got groomed on these shelves this week. That's Texas I always say Texas barbecue, Kansas City barbecue, and it is. I really took that one down quite a bit. Dracosmia carrii, really looking kind of good. Did some cleanup on Ramblin' Right Along. Trying to make some decisions about it, about whether I might go to show or not. And this is EK Prochaznia creolca. I think that it looks a little blue on the video, but it is really a deep purple, and it is blooming true. So I'm gonna get that one going. Hopefully, we'll see how it does. Smooch Me with a little bit of grooming. It's looking great. Lots of grooming on Cajun's McKenna Trail. Really took a lot off of that one. Trying to open up those little crowns that are inside so that they could be growing. Columbia Firebird, looking pretty good. Here's the other side of Ramblin' Right Along. And let's go over and look in the window. Well, here is Cajun's Cherished Hope, and it is blooming. It's got a full double blossom there. It's got a semi-double there. And it just seems to be okay in this window, at least for now. That is the look at what's on the stands this week. I'll be right back. Okay, how many times can I say the name wrong on Prochaznia creolca? I keep calling it EK. It's LE. LE dash Prochaznia creolca. I said it wrong through the whole thing, and I think I've been saying it wrong in the previous weeks. I get caught up in that, and so I'm sorry about that. It's LE Prochaznia creolca. And how exciting is it that Superman is getting ready to bloom? Guys, this is a very, very old hybrid. It's an old Ethel Champion variety. Joyce Stork actually knows more about it than I do. I think Ethel's original plant lived for at least 50 years. And I mean, that's a long-lived plant. I think you can tell as I was showing you, it kind of, the leaves look to me almost more like species leaves. I think it was I think it's a very, I mean, I'm sure that it has species, very close in to its parentage. And it's been around, that plant's been around a very, very long time. I don't have an actual date on it. I did get some info from Joe Bruns on it. It's not currently in first class 2, but I'm kind of excited to finally be growing it. It's a plant I've wanted to grow for a long time. So we'll see what happens with it. And everything's looking pretty good there in the dome. I'm getting ready to travel for a little bit here. So as I was saying, I'm going to take that dome off, I think I'm not going to take it off just yet because it will be easier for my cousin who will be taking care of the plants while I'm gone to not have to fool around with those and just make sure the reservoirs will be full. So yeah, next week you'll probably see plants on reservoirs because I'll be getting ready to go. And so that was a pretty good look at what's on the stand. And I'm really happy that L.E. Burkhardzenia creolca is blooming true. It is a very, very beautiful blossom. And so far the foliage looks pretty good. So, yay. Well, it's time to get the bail money ready. And it's week 10. I'm week 10. I've got my book here, my Growing to Show book. And on the pre-show schedule, it says for week 10, completely disbud all plants except perhaps miniatures and trailers. Now, here are 2 things that I don't always do that Pauline has in her schedule. Put 1 new tube in each fixture. So my fixtures have 2 tubes in them, and so this week, the 10th week, she suggests that you put 1 new tube in, not both of them, just 1, and that, so I don't normally do that. But the other thing that we do this week that I do, I said 2 things that I don't do, I'm mistaken, it was just the 1, is start Bloom Booster fertilizer formula. Now, some people don't use Bloom Booster at all. I use it and I like it. It seems to do well for me. So this is week 10 is when we start doing Bloom Booster formula. And I'm going to start doing that this week. And you saw there that trailer, Linda Darnell, and I was really hoping to take that with me to Missouri Valley this fall, if I can go. But you could see how open that big hole in the middle there? Let me put this down. I need both my hands. The crowns have trailed and fallen out over the edges of the pot, leaving that big hole. So like I mentioned to you, I tried once, I tried it on Sorelda, which is a plant I no longer have, but that always grew really well for me. I potted that down into a pot thinking I could kind of gently do this with the crowns and they would kind of fill in that hole, not knowing that really was not the ideal thing to do. Well, the plant was absolutely miserable. So the ideal thing to do in this situation is I'm going to have to probably not take it with me, but it's going to give me the opportunity to experiment with the Japanese style of growing a trailer. So I've never done it before. Cross your fingers. I know many of you have been wanting to see some footage of that sort, and so I'm hoping that in the week to come that I will be able to have a few moments to try to fool around with that. I don't know, guys. I've never done it. We're just going to have to see how it goes. So like I said, cross your fingers, and I'll let you know. You'll either see it next week or you won't. It's going to just depend on how things go this week for me. But anyway, I know some of you have left info about shows that are coming up. Those are coming up in September. So nothing coming up between now and next week. And but it's fine that you've left your info on the website or on the Facebook page for other people to see who might be in your area. And I urge you, if you have left show information, and if it's not on the AVSA website, I really urge you to get it on there. Go enter an event there from your affiliate and get that listed there so that a wider audience will see it, and maybe you'll have more people come, which is always a good thing. Well, it's time to keep moving forward. And again, I really, really just want to say to you all, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All About African Violets would not have been a success without all of you. I have some statistics to share with you if you're interested. And of course, I've left them in the other room because I was so excited to sit down and talk to you. So hang on, let me go get them. Okay, sorry about that. So one can only hope that I could actually read my handwriting. I will, let's see, all-time views since the podcast began, 136,526. That's people who have viewed something on the website. The most views in a single day was on Sunday, July 5th, and that was 629 in one day. That's a lot. The countries where the podcast is the most popular, first by a long shot, is the U.S., followed not too far behind, though, by Canada, and then the UK, and then following those three, those are the top three, Australia, Hong Kong, and Brazil. Interesting. The most popular page is the home page, obviously, because most of you go to the home page and you see whatever's there and you watch whatever's there. The episode index, well, actually the homepage had 78,919 views, so that was the highest there. And then the episode index had 11,912, which makes it number 2. And that's pretty cool because I like that you guys are using the index. That's great. I do need to update the index, which I do from time to time. And but so that's that. The third page is about me, about Annie. That had very much further down the line, 2,382 views. And then the top episode that's in this most popular page views is the very first episode, which makes a lot of sense because I think a lot of people go back just to hear the bail money story, from the beginning again. The next in the line would be about the podcast, and then the second episode that was the most popular in terms of views was episode 25, which was shortly before Christmas, that first year where I gave a book away, and where people could, sign up, leave a comment, and I did that. The most popular special episode was Gary's Out of Africa, when my friend Carolee Carter and I went to visit Gary Makita over in Indiana and crawled down underneath under the crawl space of his home, which practically killed me because I'm claustrophobic. Not just because I wasn't sure I would fit into the thing, but because I'm a little bit claustrophobic. The most plays, now that's different than views, and I'm not quite sure how WordPress differentiates that other than maybe just somebody looked at one page but then they viewed something on another page. But the most episodes are the most recent ones that have the most views, and in order they were 93, 95, and 94. Let's see. I know that let's see, I think that's it. I'm just looking at all my crazy notes here. That's it. I don't know, I just thought some of you who like math, like my friend Tammy, the proverbial knitter, you might find those statistics interesting. I did when I was looking them over. So once again, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the star reviews and ratings on iTunes. If you are watching on iTunes and you have time to do that, it really makes the podcast more visible. It helps raise it up for people to find it more easily. And so I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I hope your days will be filled with all the things you love. Good growing. I'll see you next time.